Genera greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. And hold up a second, there appears to be some overcooked food in the kitchen. The warden is calling, a fire has started. Yeah, so in the previous episode we built this thing, and in this episode it's going to burn down. Let me just go to emergencies here and call in the fire engine. Luckily the appliance is very close to the edge here. So yes, welcome back to Prison Architect. That sort of intro takes you off your stride a little. In the previous episode we, as I said, made the diner-inspired kitchen and canteen. We did some other changes here and there and basically got some prisoners. These are said prisoners arriving, which are all low category, and there's only 15 of them, so money is, put this way, we're still relying on grants and on the wind-solar hybrid green energy solutions. So in this episode, a couple of things. We need to go through all of the prisoners' needs and see what we are not meeting and make sure that that criteria is all sort of completed. So we need to have some buildings around here and probably around here. There's the odd change here and there, actually several little changes that I want to make. I don't know if we're going to get to it in this one, but it's things like moving the kennel outside, improving the very basic toilet solution for the staff, and making some changes in the cells, etc. Either way, first things first, over to reports and then to grants. We'll pick up another grant, and also over to regime, and we'll actually set the regime up because it's at the moment it's just the default option that the game goes with. So we're going to have a block of sleep right between sort of 12 and 6, and then we have a bit of free time, and then 2 hours of eat. I'm just going to put the other 2 hours of eat at the end. Sorry, my mistake. Remove that one, and there we go. And then we have basically a block of 4 hours of work free time, 2 hours of work lockup, and then another block of work free time. Within that, obviously, they're going to be doing some programs, so we can look at doing potentially, I mean, we could do kitchen safety and hygiene. I don't see why we can't do that. I know it says staff only, but we'll have to change things up a little if we want to do that. And let's go with some flower therapy. I would like to set up some parole, but we're not yet there because I don't think... No, it's locked. We haven't got prison policy. It is researched. It's in the queue to be unlocked by bureaucracy, but it's just not there yet. Okay, so if prisoners are allowed to work in the kitchen, then we need to make sure we can stop any tools coming out of this one. So metal detector, we'll put a metal detector there and there. There's already ones coming in, so that will ensure that they can't come out the back like that, and it'll all be stolen stuff. Also, I think what we've just seen there, that little event, I think it means that we should put in some fire suppressant. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to utilities and water, and then we will connect that up like so. Like that. Right, so that's all now set. I do think we'll need some more power. Power there, and then power there. So that is now meaning that the prisoners can work in here. We just need to set that up under logistics and prison labour, and then we'll set the 7 there. I think only 2 can work, but at least it's set. So when it comes to the needs of the prisoners, if we check out the needs here, we've got things like bladder, bowel, sleep, food, safety, hygiene, exercise. All of that can be catered for, and indeed family and recreation and comfort. All of these are fine, but the ones that stick out are firstly clothing. We don't have a laundry, so in this parlance, what we're using here would be the laundrette. So yeah, we need that sort of thing, and also in our spirituality, they can use the prayer mats, which I am going to shift. We'll come on to that later. And luxuries, they don't have a shop. Yeah, but the one that really sticks out is this place ain't that secure, as in stuff can be thrown in over the wall. If there's any narcotics thrown over the wall and there's an overdose, we don't have an infirmary in order to look after those needs. So we need to get that done before anything else. That's what sticks out. So where we're going to put it? Well, there's 2 areas where we can have it placed. On the left-hand side, we've got this not very good sort of shopping area where we're going to have loads of little buildings. I don't like it. I'm going to redesign it. And then there's this bit up the top. So coming over here, we're going to redesign it a little bit, and I'm just going to basically make the buildings all connect up, and that would give us more room, and it removes these really cramped sort of side passages, which I've never been a big fan of, so I'm just going to do this, and that means we're going to have a fairly big room here. But what I want to do is have like some sort of almost like not a visitor center, like a sort of communal area. So we don't have a chapel, and we're not going to build one on this map before expansion. Again, I know there's been lots of comments regarding building a shopping mall, a massive, yeah, like shopping centre, and having a huge sort of a cathedral type thing with a graveyard and all these grandiose things, and that's good, and we'll probably get to a lot of these things. However, that's going to be when we expand. We need to have the basics here, and then we expand on there. Why didn't we start on a big map with expansion? Well, basically, being human got in the way. I couldn't stomach another large map after the mega prison, so we're going to go this route. So this is going to be, well, we've got a couple of options. First things first, we need a laundry, and I think this can be a laundry. What will also help as well, and the reason why I thought this could be laundry, is because we've got these buildings and these buildings up here that we don't have anywhere to get heating to. So if I just put in a very small room here, which is going to be a boiler, we should be able to run the pipe down and just put all the buildings in here with radiators, and it'll also reach to there. I think if it's the boiler, if it's supplied with a large pipe, I'm pretty confident it can reach about, I think it's about 60. It might be between 55 and 60 spaces, which is more than enough to get that one remaining bit. I know there's a lot of people suggesting moving the boiler to more of a central location, but I just like the pathing here. It just seems to work, so we're going to stick with what we have. And that means that we've got the laundry, and I think in here we're going to put a shop, and what we'll have is basically the shop counter there. We'll have a door in here, and obviously all these will be doors, and then a door here, and this is going to be like a community centre type thing, where it will technically be a chapel, and we'll put a chapel in there. We also will probably put in, I think, a common room of some kind. It's like, say, more of a community centre, not, or like, definitely a place for worship only. It's just going to be a bit of a mixed thing, and then when we expand, we'll do the proper church type thing. So yes, this is what this is going to be, but we've got a huge space on the left, which, well, I'm going to do something a bit different, and we're going to measure 11, and we're going to go from there. I'm just going to double check the internals, 11 by 11, that is fine, and that's going to be a different room, and the access is going to be different as well. So that means that the only place that I can see for the Infirmary and MOG is probably around here. So let me just pick up that notebook page, and I'm also going to go over to objects and lighting. I'm going to place some lighting in the parole room. Flooring will be the wooden flooring, and then externally we want some concrete tiles, and some concrete tiles on there as well, and we'll allow the workers to crack on with that. And I should also point out that yes, we are planning on having this as the kennel. A lot of people said that they weren't a big fan of the kennel being indoors, and I actually agree. So what we're going to do, we're going to move the kennel to the external area here, and this is going to become a much better toilet, because this is a terrible design. It was just something I've just put in and didn't really think about, and on reflection should have put a bit more effort into it. And then also we want to have a training room, which is 5 by 5 minimum, so that's what's going to be here. But again, priorities, we need to focus on some sort of infirmary, but it's not going to be a hospital. It'll be like a small clinic type thing, doctor's surgery, etc. But again, we want to make it a bit different. So I like the idea of having a door in maybe there, and then a wall going up. I think I've clicked on wall 3 times. There we go. And we have, this is like a waiting room type thing, and the beds are 2 by 2. So if we were to do something like this, we could have in the beds so that we have 2, 4, 6, and 8. That should suffice. And then we'll have a morgue at the back there. Yeah, I think that would work. It just means that you've got like this, like a meeting room here, so you've got maybe some chairs there, you'll have a desk where you've got the reception where you go up and ask for an appointment and you don't get one, and then all of these are where we've got the beds, and that should do the job. I'm going to make this one a little bit larger at the back, because we'll probably have a door, say, there, and yes, I think that's what we're going to do. So over to walls and doors. It'll be a standard door, which will go there. We'll have a staff door at the back, like so, and then I'll unpause it and allow the workers to crack on while we do the the internals. Now, we could probably use a different wall for the internals of this instead of the brick. We've got things like tiled walls, we've got walls white, decayed, classy. No, none of this is really ideal. I think the walls classy green is probably the way we're going to go. We'll do that. And this is just the internal walls for this bit, and I'm not really going to do a lot of this. I know there was some discussion regarding these rooms here and why we've got brick. Why don't we just use white walls? It's because it would be white on both sides, and it would just look a bit. It wouldn't look ideal anyway. So I think for this purpose, it's perfectly fine. For the other ones, not so much. The foreman's calling. I'm guessing we've got some free stuff. Due to some logistics error, we are receiving extra supplies. That is good. Over to planning here, I'm just going to remove all of that. And obviously the workers are cracking on with the building. We are going to have to put in some electrical cable, which I'll run like so. Also just realised that some doors are required. Probably a staff door in there. And yeah, I'll let them crack on with all of that. Oh, radiators as well. So the radiators, I reckon we can place a radiator there, and there, followed by the hot water pipe running across and then down, which is, what's the distance from there? It is 21 by 12. Okay, we might be able to get a radiator at the end then, but with the greatest of respects, the one thing I don't really want in MOG is a radiator. It's sort of the opposite of the normal climate control settings you set. Okay, so that's working on there. In the meantime, as I said, we've got these two areas here. So we're going to have the laundry, or the laundrette, etc. that's here. And then you've got the shop, and then you've got the sort of chapel community room type thing, like a community hall. And then the other room, which we'll see what happens when we come to build it. I know there's been lots of comments as well regarding these cells and how we can put bunk beds in. Yes, I think we can, but we're not changing these ones on that front. We are going to change up the layout of the TV and the prayer mats because, well, it actually works as it is. It's pretty good. They can still watch the TV. But yeah, the reason I did it that way is because I'm not too sure if they can actually sit on the sofa. I know it sounds daft, but when the sofa came out, it was a staff-only thing when it first came out, and I don't think they could sit on it. I'm guessing it's not the same now, but anyway. The takeaway is I'm going to switch them around. Over here, where we've got the buildings with the little garden at the back, those are going to be bunk beds. So we are going to have a bit of a compromise there. So I think that'll work out. Anyway, over to planning and then to walls. And then, like I say, this toilet here is just... It's just not a great design. It was just something that I put in just because we could. And like we didn't really have... wasn't really designed for it. We just needed more staff toilets, and that's what I went with. And well, it's not ideal. So the layout is going to be like this. So we have these individual cubicles. We can't have doors on. It's just not within the remit, and it just doesn't work. So we'll have that. I mean, we could get rid of these central ones and have is it mirrors? There's a sink and mirror, isn't there? Yeah, sink and mirror would go along very nicely across that. But again, it doesn't do anything. All it does is increase a cells grade and a dormitories grade. So it's not gonna. It caters for the hygiene need. Well, there isn't a hygiene need as far as I can tell for staff. Bladder, bowels, food, safety, recreation, comfort, environment, rest, warmth, and hydration. So no, we don't have that need to look after. So, I mean, we are just going to do something like that. And then it means that this room, which is 5 by something, that can... Well, it's the perfect size for a meeting room, isn't it? So, yes, we'll do that. How are the workers doing? They are doing everything very slowly is what they're doing. Just going to double check as well. We now have programs, reschedule that so people can work, kitchen safety and hygiene, flower therapies on the go, and I'm going to go down to parole, and I'm just going to start the parole and just keep clicking until the game shouts at me, and there it is there. Nobody's up for parole, but I don't mind because it's basically free to run. So there we go. So people can work in the kitchen, but it's now got the metal detectors, and looks like this is getting built quite fast and quite nicely. Over to the brick wall, which is going to go on the back there, and then we need to set these up. So it's the morgue, which is going to go at the back. We need a infirmary, and that's going to go in here. It's a bit of a weird design, but it should be fine. Let me just put in some lighting because, well, we actually need to see what we're doing. And then because I was mousing over it. MOG slabs can go at the back. I know people are going to point out you don't need a MOG in the game, but it's more of an aesthetic thing. We are just sort of ticking that box and say, yeah, we've got it, why not? Why don't you need one? Because the hearse comes straight away anywhere these days, so there's no real big problem. I'm just going to put some chairs in. This is, like I say, going to be like a waiting room, and even though you're 20 minutes early for your appointment, you're going to be waiting 45 minutes to see someone for just the 5. Let's just see what we need for this one. We need a chair, don't we? So it's going to be chair, office, and click, and there you go. Oh, actually, is there any really cool infirmary type looking stuff? You've got... No, that's an ornamental gravestone. That's not what I want. There are some things that we can get, but I'm not too sure whether we can fit them in. Weather antenna. Excellent weather forecast. Will predict duration, temperature, and other conditions. I thought I had one of these, but apparently not. Where's the best place for it? Well, we can just place it out the back, I guess. And that's fine. Also, wiring. I'm pretty sure someone mentioned we missed up one of the phone connections. Yep, there it is there. That's now set in. And we are losing money because of course we are. But the infirmary's now in. And it means that anyone that overdoses, if that actually happens, hopefully not, then at least we can look at, obviously, fixing that problem. Over to flooring then, and we've got white tiles, we've got ceramic. I do like ceramic. I'm going to place a little bit of that in there. And for the rest of it, the CEO's calling. Reform programs are key to prisons successfully reintegrating into society. Yes, they are. So, what do we need in here? We need some flooring, and we've got brick, we've got cargo floor. That doesn't seem to be the way forward. We've got marble tiles, great. None of it really feels correct. I mean, we could do a wooden floor. A wooden floor would work. Is there any other better floor? Hexagons, triangular, weathered stone, tainted, maybe not. Dark wood, fire-resistant carpet. I mean, we could just go white tiles. That would be okay. Limestone would match these walls, and so would the green carpet, to be fair. Do you want to have green carpet? Do you have green anywhere else? No, that's brown carpet for that one. You know what? I'm going to go white tiles. Make it a bit clinical. There we go. And that's that now all set up. The rest of it is staff only where it needs to be. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we've got the guys working here. I think we need to build... There's prisoner Waymark, and they're randomly wandering over to the left here. This is Aston Waymark, prisoner number 9222375. Sentenced for 27 years for multiple crimes, including blackmail and fraud. 27 years. That doesn't seem like a low-risk prisoner. Either way, they're going to get searched. We are going to search them because, well, quite frankly, it would be rude not to, considering where they've been. Anyway, we need to set up some patrols, actually, because that's not something that we have got at this stage. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to go over to deployment and to patrols. We'll set up a magenta patrol or blue patrol. Don't think it really matters. Oh, that person's been found with... No, there's 2 people being found with some forks, hand forks there. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to have a patrol that's going to go around, and ideally, I would like the patrol to go around all of these buildings here, and this is going to be a dog patrol, sniffing out tunnels. Let me assign a dog to that. Inside here, we're going to go with a blue patrol, which is going to go around... hang on. If we just go around here, we can probably just go... Yeah, we can just go around there like that, and we'll assign a guard to that one. And is there any other patrols that we need at this stage? I don't think so. That's probably fine. I can't imagine there's going to be any other problems. I will do another blue patrol, which is going to be from here. It's going to go... Oh, actually, no, we'll probably go from there. It's going to go along to about here, and that's going to be a dog handler. And I'll actually assign them to this part first. And then we do want a magenta. which is going to be a similar thing. It's going to go to there, and then a blue patrol, and then all these are going to be dog handlers, you understand, but we don't have the dog handlers available. I'm going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that is a bit of a call to potentially get this built. So it's a fence, and it's fence with grass underneath, naturally, and that's now in, and because of that, the doors will be a staff fence, and then we'll set that up as a kennel, and obviously it's going to be now be outside, and there we go. We can remove the other kennel, and we'll move over the dog crates. 1, 2, 3, as well as obviously the dog balls as well. And if we need to expand upon this, then we can do that at some point in the future. So that's fine. Have a zoom in. More dog crates. I'm just going to run those down to the bottom there. And then the dog balls like so. So that'll be fine. We will set that to staff only. And, oh, hang on. This is not in... It's not connected. Do we need to wire this up, actually? Do we need to wire that up is the question. Connections? Weather machine? Do we have a weather machine? We don't have a weather machine. We do have a weather machine. It's there. Looks like you don't have to connect it then. Okay, so assign 3 prisoners to the laundry. We don't have one. Assign 3 prisoners to the cleaning cupboard. We don't have one. But at least we have this, which is nice. So that's all good. So we now have a very acceptable, I think, infirmary. Right, danger level is increasing, and there is a problem. Policy, and originally we didn't have the policy unlocked, so I couldn't change it. But we're going to have some people, 1 prisoner per parole, 3 in lockdown. Oh, that's fine. We don't have any in solitary because we don't have solitary. So the cats are going back and forward here, patrolling, searching for whatever, mainly tunnels. I don't know how good cats are at searching tunnels, but we should probably find out. Looks like the kennel is in, which is fine. That means we can go to flooring and then to the grass. And we are going to have this as a nice little sort of grassed area, like so. And let's go for building brick, and we're going to spend some money on building. At minimum, I want to get the laundry done in this episode, and that will also mean we can finally get some heat over there. Severe weather detected. Let's check that out in but a moment. It's going to be a standard double door there, and we'll put the internals in shortly. So it looks to be a weak storm. 2 weak storms coming. Okay, that's not too much of a problem, but we'll see what the game throws at us. Obviously, there's things like the stuff to put in the yard. We need to do stuff with the flower garden, but at the moment, it is just priority. Getting the infirmary done, tick that box is done, and then we need a laundry to supply some clothing. Let's just set those to staff only like they should be. Just going to double check that one. We don't have to have the kennel staff only, but it just feels like the right thing to do. Anyway, there we go. Danger level is low and staff morale is also high, so that's not bad at all. Let's do our first shakedown of the series. So, even with this map, only 6 episodes in, it's 300 places to search because there's so much stuff in each person's room. I mean, each person's cell has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 places to search. Oh, actually, do you search the doormat? I have no idea. First aid kit, where's that come from? There's the lighting. So where's that first aid kit come from? I mean, it's going to be thrown in naturally. There's the cells. Yeah, cell phone thrown in, cell phone thrown in. First aid kit was smuggled in. Shears was stolen. Syringe was smuggled in. Hand fork stolen. Cigarettes thrown in and then detected. That was when we did that search. Fair enough. Okay, so we can tell people to stay indoors, but it's only a minor storm. It should be acceptable. And looks like it's eat time. Oh, lockdown, found weapons. Looks like we were on top of that straight away. How are we doing for building staff? We've got 10 workers. I don't think we need any more. We've got 2 doctors. Again, I don't think we need any more, although I've never seen them in the infirmary. Where are our doctors? They're in here. They're in the visitor reception. I'm going to hire another doctor. Nope, no, they're just wandering off. Okay, right, fine. So danger levels going up. Obviously, prisoners are saying they're being unnecessarily searched. We can see there's a huge hydration need. Oh, okay, I need to sort that out. So fountains, drinking fountains, and we're going to put drinking fountains in here and in here, and I mean, I don't want them in their own house. That doesn't make sense. I think we can put some... No, we don't need drinking fountains in here. Oh, we'll place a drinking fountain. Why not? And would be rude not to place one there. So we'll get that done. Naturally, we'll have to obviously plumb that in, which should be relatively easy. So we're going to run this up, and we'll have a small pipe. And obviously, there's all the pipe stuff to do as well. So we will have to... where was that fountain? It was there, wasn't it? Yeah, we will have to look at the... We will have to look at the other needs as well, and putting in. I think we so much stuff to do, so little time. I think with it being the weather it is spring, we're not going to bother putting in the pipe work. Oh, the pipe work installation is what I meant to say. So there's an OD, extremely strong snitch apparently. There, I didn't actually check out our. Extremely strong, extremely strong, extremely strong, extremely strong, extremely strong, extremely strong. Do you know what's happened there? Someone's extremely strong, and they've passed on those traits to other people, because we have got that mode set. I am very tempted to turn it off if it becomes a problem. Anyway, so we do have an OD, which hopefully means that there will be a guard along to pick them up. Excuse me. And they are. They're being picked up, and they're bringing them to the infirmary, and... they didn't make it. Dios did not make it. They were getting taken to the medical bed, and then that happened. There's not much else I could have done. The priority is, yeah, they were gonna. It's automatically picked up and moved. So, even though we did make provisions for that eventuality, it didn't work. So. Yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, walls and doors, brick wall. And what we're going to do is put in... We're going to make the laundry. And doors, staff door there. And the laundry. So this is the laundry. In like so. We're going to have in the usual stuff. So it's going to be a... laundry machine. I'm just looking at money and the lack of it. We can take a loan out if need be. Yeah, we can. But we'll be getting this prisoner acclimatization and engagement grant done shortly. So let's just do the laundry first, then we can assign people to it. And then we're good to go, really. Laundry baskets, you just spam. Do like to put a table in, I must confess. A couple of tables in there. And ironing boards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could use the small ones, but we'll go back. We'll go old school. We'll go classic. And water is going to have to run along. And electrical is going to have to run along. And water. So the boiler goes in. Large pipe connects up to it. Radiator will go in there and in there. Hot water pipe will run up from that. It will also run down to power these other ones. To put connect to the radiator. And where is the radiator? It would run along here, wouldn't it? Like that. That's going to go to this bit. I'm just going to sell utility. I don't really want to, but I'm trying to tidy it up a bit. And there we go. Right. There's a lot of that set. We also need to do large pipe. We don't need a large pipe, actually, but we're going to run a pipe into there. Water, we also need electrical. So electrical goes in. I don't know if we've got any lighting either. No, we don't. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Little light in. No, we can't put light in there, apparently. Lighting's already in here. And, oh, there we go. We got someone also doing the parole hearing. Okay, good. So that's a lot of jobs we've just set up. Hopefully it'll work. And I think cleaning cupboard. If we were to build it here, minimum size 3x3. Okay, done. Severe weather detected. Okay, but we can go to logistics, prison labour, and then we get that grant done, and we will assign loads of people to the laundry. Excuse me. So, removing this, we don't need that or that, but laundry's in, and we'll just get the rest of the plumbing done. Other grants-wise, then, actually, what can we do? Reform through education initiative. That would be a more school-type thing. We could easily do something like that in here, this community room. Reform prisoner initiative, restaurant, bakery, criminally insane. I know people have asked for criminally insane and death row. The latter I'm not ruling out. Criminally insane, I'm not too sure. Advanced staff training. I'm going to pick that up because we do want to be building over here. And that's going to be the training room. And this is connected up. It's just taking its time to get the rest of it in. Hey. This guy's got heating now. And it's 24 degrees. In fact, you can see people they're actually overheating. Is that because of the severe weather? Oh, yes, there is indeed some hot spells coming along. How are we doing for hydration? Actually, not too bad. It's just clothing then. So let's just connect this up. It's just water. Large pipe. I don't think we need a large pipe in here, but well, it's being ran now, isn't it? So, and I'm going to prioritize that because I'd like to think that getting in the clothing is going to work out. What's our reoffending rate, actually? It's 47%. So, not good. Okay, well, we have managed... Oh, we've managed quite a bit, actually. We've been able to get another notebook page. And there's the weather. Quite warm. We've got an infirmary. We've got a laundry. We've got the heating set up, even though we don't necessarily need it. And we moved the kennel. And also fire suppression system in here. So, I'm happy with that. What we need to do now is, I think, just put in a little bit of flooring before we finish off. So flooring along here. In here, definitely we can go white tiles. Although, what have we got in... What did I put in here? I think I put in grate. Yeah, grate. So put the grate in there. Obviously we haven't got the insulation. And, oh, the road is a bit broke. What's this? Search. There's a metal detector. That's actually useful. Search. That is something that's useless. Cell object. We do not need the scythe, the auto scythe. And, well, because I promised it, solar lights. I didn't promise solar lights, I just promised putting in lighting. We're going to put lighting at the end of the street, like this. And put them in these bits as well. And we basically want lights on the corners. We've got some lights in. Some lights in here. And in here. We're not going to have them everywhere. But I do want them in, like, on these corners, essentially. And I will dismantle that and dismantle that. And dismantle that one as well. And we have some street lights. And the reason I'm using solar ones is because I quite like the look of them. They do actually look a bit like mini street lights. You do have floodlights, lightning rods, wall lights. The wall lights are good, but I've always found that in the past, historically, cloning, they've not been great, put it that way. So I'm not convinced they are the way to go. Let's just sell a couple of those other lights. We don't want any of these getting dismantled. That's fine. And obviously we're spending money on this one, but we're trying to make it so it's a nice place from the very beginning. There we go. So maybe lighting in these corners. On that corner there. Probably around here, even though no one goes around it. I'm not going to put them in the middle on these ones. Well, not necessarily. I don't think we need it. Just around is acceptable. Okay. So we are going to, I think, leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. And yeah, we've got the laundry. We've got the infirmary. We've got some lighting, which will look nice at night. People are working. 10 prisoners have serious complaints. Hygiene. And sleep needs. I don't know why there's a hygiene need. Because there's shower heads there. I might have to designate this as shower. No, it should be fine. And there's all the lights coming on at night. Oh, looks quite nice. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Hope you have enjoyed it. And next episode, we will look at putting in the shop and the community room. And to be honest, I'll probably focus on the changes over here first. We'll do the changes first and then move on from there. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.